The story unfolds in a dark, post-apocalyptic future. 14 years ago, a deadly fungal outbreak wiped out 94% of the world's animals. With the collapse of the animal population, the food chain fell apart, leaving humans to starve. Chaos erupted worldwide, and survival became a brutal fight. In this new world, the greatest wealth wasn't gold or silver, it was fertile land, the only source capable of sustaining life. Amid this turmoil, we follow a group of men approaching a farm. One of them calls out, complimenting the crops and asking for a brief respite. But while he distracts the people inside, his companions sneak in through other entrances. Suddenly, a gunshot rings out. One by one, the intruders are taken down. Even a young girl named Cookie joins the defense, taking down an intruder with deadly precision. This is when Hailey enters the scene, a powerful, fearless woman who moves through the fields like a storm, eliminating threats with surgical precision. Her daughter, Rain, covers her from a window, and her son, Emmanuel, ruthlessly stops a woman trying to escape. After the skirmish, the family inspects the bodies and gathers together. The family is revealed: Hailey, her husband Galen, their son Emmanuel, and daughters Rain and Denise. Suspicion arises: how did the intruders penetrate their defenses so easily? Determined to prevent future breaches, they tighten security around the farm. That night, around the dinner table, the Freemans, family name for our protagonists, practice their whistling codes and discuss crops and defense. After dinner, Hailey assigns Emmanuel a mission: deliver supplies to their friend Augusta. She warns him not to trust strangers or speak to anyone outside the family. Over the following days, we see the Freemans' routine: combat training, shooting practice, tending crops, checking electric fences and CCTV cameras, and foraging in the wild. Hailey listens to the radio, keeping tabs on other survivors. One evening, Augusta calls with dire news: a group of ruthless thieves has attacked 3 farming families. Hailey refuses to risk her family by helping. The next morning, Emmanuel delivers supplies to Augusta, returning via a river where he spots a mysterious girl swimming toward a hidden settlement. Instantly intrigued, he follows her path through his rifle scope, and she becomes an obsession he can't shake. Later, Emmanuel, Galen, and Denise raid a warehouse for supplies, only to discover bodies hanging from the ceiling. Soldiers appear, weapons drawn. The tension peaks. The soldiers claim they are there to help farmers, including the Flemings. Galen doesn't hesitate. He shoots, killing all the imposters. He explains to the children that the real Flemings were long dead. Before leaving, Emmanuel suggests checking the bodies for anything useful. Denise searches a bag, only to be shot by an old woman who had been pretending to be dead. Emmanuel reacts instantly, killing the attacker. The scene cuts, leaving the Freemans to continue their life in this harsh, unforgiving world. Galen rushes back to the farm with Denise, and Hailey manages to stabilize her through emergency procedures. Denise survives, but Emmanuel is consumed by guilt. He had insisted on checking the bodies, which led to the attack. Rain reassures him, saying it was his actions that saved Denise. Later, Hailey tries contacting Augusta, but there's no response. That night, Emmanuel hears strange noises in the forest and goes to investigate. In the darkness, he spots a girl and yells for her to stop. When she turns, he's stunned. It's the same girl he had seen in the river. She's scared and pleading for help. The next morning, Hailey and Galen give the children strict warnings: always stay armed and alert, even while sleeping. Many attackers disguise themselves as soldiers, but in reality they are dangerous cannibals for whom humans are just another resource, alongside land and supplies. Hailey's orders are clear: shoot first, ask questions later. Meanwhile, Emmanuel hides the girl in the cellar. He tends to her wounds, gives her water, and tries to earn her trust. She angrily accuses him of kidnapping her, and he explains he's only doing it because of his mother. The girl refuses to trust outsiders. That night, Emmanuel returns to the barn and demands to know who she is and why she's here. She asks for a radio, but he refuses. She breaks down, explaining she just wants to find out if her people are still alive. Emmanuel softens and finally unties her. The girl reveals a shocking detail: she only needs a radio to contact the Freemans' farm. Emmanuel is stunned. She explains that her aunt sent her, believing only the Freemans could help. The tension between them eases and they start talking. Emmanuel shares his love for swimming. The girl shyly admits she had noticed him in the river. Emmanuel blushes. The next morning, during the family gathering, Hailey realizes Emmanuel is missing. Cut to the cellar. The girl is playing music from Emmanuel's player, dancing to a baby lullaby. Emmanuel is delighted, but his joy turns to horror when his parents arrive. Without hesitation, Hailey grabs the girl and locks her up. Desperate, Emmanuel tries to break the door. Hailey points a gun at the girl and demands the truth. She nervously introduces herself as Dawn, a nurse sent by a government program to provide medical aid to farms, but claims they were attacked. Hailey fires a warning shot. Dawn admits the truth, Augusta sent her. Hailey is shocked. Meanwhile, Emmanuel sneaks to the control room, trying desperately to contact Augusta via radio, but there's no reply. Hailey arrives, insisting the family's priority is the farm's safety. She warns Emmanuel that Dawn is lying, sparking a heated argument between mother and son. Frustrated with her constant suspicion, Emmanuel storms out, deciding he'll find Augusta on his own with Dawn. They take a vehicle and set off. At the farm, Galen notices a CCTV camera isn't working. Investigating, he spots what appears to be a deer, odd, since animals are nearly extinct. Suddenly, it's revealed to be a cannibal wearing a deer mask. The masked attacker knocks Galen unconscious, and more cannibals move toward the farm. Meanwhile, Dawn takes Emmanuel to an old trailer, where she delivers a shocking confession. She had lied to him, cannibals sent her. Emmanuel is left reeling as the danger around them grows. Emmanuel is stunned when the girl admits she was forced to bring him here because the cannibals kidnapped her aunt and others. Suddenly, a shadow moves close behind him. Meanwhile, Hailey reaches Augusta's house, only to find empty rooms, destruction, and bloodstains. She searches desperately, but before she can act, a figure strikes her and drags her into the basement. When she comes to, she's tied up and Augusta lies injured beside her. Back at the farm, Rain and Little Cookie notice all CCTV signals going offline. Rain instantly realizes the cannibals have arrived. She instructs Cookie to stay quiet and takes a position by the window with her rifle. Hidden among the shadows, the cannibals creep toward the house. Rain opens fire, picking them off one by one, but the attackers return fire, shattering the window. Galen is pinned to the ground as cannibals sink their teeth into him, but in a surge of strength, he breaks his hand free and uses a nail to kill two of them. Meanwhile, Hailey talks to Augusta in the basement. She mentions the girl Dawn, who claimed to be Augusta's niece and had arrived at the farm. Augusta, still in shock, admits she was forced to play along. She had thought Hailey would shoot Dawn immediately. Hailey promises to get her out, but Augusta drops another bombshell. Some children have been hidden and need rescue. At that moment, the cannibal leader enters the basement. Hailey watches in horror as he and his men consume human flesh. She yells at them, "You're monsters." The leader calmly replies, "You kill humans too. Even your children if it keeps you alive. We're not so different, we're just trying to survive." Before she can react, a man devours Augusta right in front of Hailey. Hailey can only watch, powerless. Cut to Emmanuel and Dawn. 3 small children are eating hungrily, as if they haven't eaten in days. Dawn thanks Emmanuel through tears, saying if he hadn't been there, the children would have died. Emmanuel promises he'll rescue her aunt and that they'll all get out safely. Back at the farm, Hailey regains consciousness. A bald attacker strikes, but she fights back, killing him with a strangled grip and seizing a rifle. The cannibal leader arrives, while Galen sends the daughters to the basement for safety. Denise is still hiding upstairs in a closet. Galen warns the girls to stay put at all costs. Hailey emerges from the basement and meets Emmanuel, who has arrived searching for Augusta. When Emmanuel sees Augusta's dead body, he finally understands why Hailey has been so uncompromising. She fights solely to protect her family. Back at the farm, Galen climbs upstairs while Rain flips a switch, plunging the house into darkness. Using the cover, Galen picks off the attackers but is severely injured in the process. Emmanuel, Hailey, Dawn, and the children regroup. Dawn breaks down after learning her aunt has been killed. Galen somehow brings Denise down to the basement but collapses from blood loss. The girls panic, trying to save him. Rain checks the CCTV and spots 2 more attackers outside, pouring gasoline to set the house ablaze. Despite his injuries, Galen insists, "Let them in, I'll handle this." As Hailey and the children reach the farm, gunfire erupts. Hailey orders Emmanuel to take the kids to the basement while she handles the attackers. Inside, Rain drags in 2 cannibals. One holds a knife to Denise's neck, while Rain takes out the other. Outside, Hailey is hit by gunfire but continues fighting, taking down more attackers until her ammunition runs out. With no options left, she flees. One cannibal discovers a hidden door to a secret room stacked with weapons, spices, and herbs, priceless in this new world. But Galen, barely conscious, shoots the intruder. Another cannibal attacks Denise, but Rain kills it in time. Emmanuel and the children reach the basement. Dawn ignores the new children upstairs and rushes to aid the injured Galen. Emmanuel decides to go back outside. His mother is still in danger. Hailey limps toward the barn, surrounded by the remaining 3 cannibals. Despite multiple wounds, she fights fiercely, killing 2 with knives. The third strikes from behind, stabbing her, and she falls. As the cannibal prepares the final blow, Emmanuel shoots him, saving Hailey. Hailey lies on the ground, bloodied and battered. Emmanuel tries to wake her, but she slowly closes her eyes. He screams, overwhelmed by grief. Days later, life begins to normalize. The children set the table for lunch, helping each other. Suddenly, a twist, Hailey appears, descending the stairs. Exhausted, wounded, but alive. Tears fill everyone's eyes and smiles spread across their faces. In the final shot, the family sits together, sharing a meal. Hailey looks at her family with love, pride, and relief, her face reflecting the pain endured, but also the unbreakable bond that kept them alive.